So I've discovered some interesting things while researching to do a video on Dwight York, aka Malachi Z. York. Um, some background here. Dwight York is a cult leader who is currently in federal jail for child molestation and a whole bunch of other things. It's interesting because if you ask most people about this guy, they don't know who Dwight York is. But if you look it up, he is, as far as I can tell, the guy who has raped the biggest number of children in the history of the United States or the world. Um, they've got an interesting website here, nuwabianfacts.com. A better website is nuwapianism.com, which is an anti-website which has a lot of good information in court documents. And side note, I think I got a message from the guy that runs this website asking me if he could use one of my videos, and that's how I found. And then I started watching some of his videos, and I found out from that they're actually trying to get the guy out of jail currently. That's what I wanted to talk about. Okay, if you go to change.org, you can see the petition that they filed. Now, I wanted to point out some things. It says that he's serving a sentence of 135 for RICO and structuring money charges. Now, that's not true. He's not. He's actually in there because he raped a bunch of children. It's not for structuring charges. And if you scroll down, it says some of the RICO charges include transporting minors. Now, this is false. This petition is supposedly made by the law offices of his current lawyer. But the thing is that the law against transporting minors is not a RICO law. I believe that's a Mann Act. So this right here is either a lie or a mistake on law. Now here's the interesting thing. If we look at the case, okay, no. Number one, let's look at what they're trying to do. According to the petition, they're trying to get him out of jail. But if we go to Pacer to the case that they filed, which is 116 blah blah, you guys can look it up yourselves. Wait, number one, they filed a complaint in July 2016. That complaint was filed improperly. It had a bunch of errors, which is explained by the judge. And then they had to file an amended complaint. Now, the other interesting thing is that she filed for an extension of time, even though there was no need for a time extension. Quote, because, let me find here. Because there was, because the federal rules of civil procedure did not require her to ask for an extension of time. So there's two errors there. The complaint was filed wrong, and she asked for a time extension even though she didn't need a time extension. So the question is this a real lawyer, or does she actually know what she's doing? Now the second part, which is what's weird about this whole thing, is that if you read the complaint, the lawyer is actually trying to get him transferred to a lower security prison. It is not trying to get him out of jail. If this lawsuit actually works, the only thing that will change is that he's going to be in a slightly less, a medium security prison. And the other interesting thing found here, which is page 41, it seemingly seems to confirm that Dwight York, Malachi York, is faking his hereditary angioedema. The other thing I want to talk about is that Nuwapianism is a very good, nuwapianism.com is a very good website. It discusses a whole bunch of stuff about the Dwight York and the Malachi York case. And what I want to do is a video that discusses all the evidence of the case that proves that he actually did rape those children. And I wanted to ask if somebody watching this video remembers a video in which Malachi York is talking from prison and he's discussing how he believes that black children and white children develop scars differently. He says that black children develop keloid scarring instead of white children who scar, yes, normal. Um, because I wanted to use that clip in my video. So, anyways, I just wanted to raise that point because the petition and their websites and videos are claiming that they're trying to get him out of jail, but the actual court documents show that he's trying to get him transferred to a lower security prison, and they're asking for money and donations to do this. So I'm quite now according to this, he is actually being represented by real lawyers. So I'm wondering what's going on. Is this lawyer running a scam for donations? Or is the lawyer one of the members of his cult? Or I don't know. I'm wondering what this is all about.